BMW M5 First Edition. The new BMW M5 is the most exciting and emotionally enthralling high-performance sedan from this model range ever released by BMW M. The sixth generation of this fantastically sporty machine will be launched in 2017, complete with the M xDrive system, whose all-wheel drive technology enables the business sedan's dynamic prowess to be experienced in even greater depth. Quite apart from its notably enhanced performance, the new BMW M5 also boasts far greater everyday practicality and supreme poise. It therefore constitutes another evolutionary step in every respect for an exceedingly successful vehicle concept that first emerged in 1984 with the launch of the original BMW M5. A superior drivetrain, xDrive high-performance driving dynamics on the one hand paired with the everyday practicality and qualities of a business sedan on the other. This neatly sums up M's traditional approach to model development, one which strives to harmonize individual drive components into a flawless whole. The core component of M xDrive is a central intelligence unit with M-specific software delivering integrated control of longitudinal and lateral dynamics. The new drivetrain technology, making its debut on the new BMW M5, therefore combines all of the agility and precision of standard rear-wheel drive with the supreme poise and traction of the all-wheel drive system, explains Frank Bangmeal, chairman of the board of management of BMW M GmbH. As a result, the new BMW M5 can be piloted with the familiar blend of sportiness and unerring accuracy on both the racetrack and the open road, and in various weather conditions, too. BMW M5 First Edition 2018 BMW M5 First Edition. The M xDrive system enables a wonderfully fleet-footed rear-biased setup by only bringing the front wheels into play when the rear wheels aren't able to transmit any more power to the road and additional tractive force is required. Even when it is being driven in a particularly sporty manner and unleashing high levels of power, the new BMW M5 with M xDrive behaves predictably and can be controlled with ease by the driver, paving the way for an even richer experience of the business sedan's extraordinary performance capabilities. The driver can choose from 5 different configurations based on combinations of the DSC modes: DSC on, MDM, DSC off, and M xDrive modes for WD Sport to WD. The configurations allow the drive system's characteristics to be tailored to both the driver's personal preferences and the nature of the journey. Purists can opt for classical rear-wheel drive by completely deactivating the all-wheel drive system. All in all, the new drive system engenders class-beating handling dynamics accompanied by unrestricted everyday usability. This is made possible by a central intelligence unit with M-specific software for integrated control of longitudinal and lateral dynamics. The result is optimum performance in each of the different configurations. With the advent of M xDrive, the engineers have succeeded in fusing the classical qualities of standard rear-wheel drive with the benefits of the sports-focused BMW xDrive. This all adds up to a sense of dynamic flair that astounds even seasoned DTM drivers. "I'm a big M5 fan," explains BMW Works driver Timo Glock. "For example, I often drive long distances and I need plenty of room for my family, but I wouldn't wish to give up the chance to explore the car's sporting character." With M xDrive, not only can the new BMW M5 be steered with the usual precision and agility, it also offers me something I really appreciate: living in Switzerland, a noticeable boost to traction and controllability, even when driving in particular environmental conditions, such as wet weather and snow. And in both everyday driving situations and when pushing the car to its performance limits. sportiness and smoothness. 8-speed M-Steptronic transmission with drivelogic and the new BMW M5. The task of relaying the engine's power falls to an extremely slick 8-speed M-Steptronic transmission with drivelogic. Thanks to its incredibly short shift times and optimal ratio spacing, the transmission combines with the new xDrive system and the further improved turbocharged V8 engine to form a perfectly orchestrated whole. In addition, the transmission offers impressively smooth start-off characteristics, makes maneuvering easier and has a wide ratio spread that helps to keep fuel consumption low. The driver has the usual choice of 3 shift programs, as well as the option of changing gear manually using shift paddles on the steering wheel and even performing sporty multiple downshifts. The 8-speed M-Steptronic forms part of a new, finely honed overall package that turns the BMW M5 into a high-performance sedan offering genuine everyday practicality, and also resolves the apparent contradiction between sportiness and comfort. More powerful and more efficient, the newly improved turbocharged V8 engine lurking under the bonnet of the new BMW M5 is the latest version of the 4.4-liter V8 engine featuring M twin-power turbo technology. The further improved high-revving engine outperforms its predecessor in terms of power output and torque. The enhancements implemented by the engineers include higher injection pressure, new turbochargers, more powerful lubrication and cooling systems, plus a modified, lighter exhaust system, which generates an even clearer rendition of the unmistakable M soundtrack. Thus equipped, the V8 propels the sedan to still greater feats of dynamic performance. However, it is the combination of engine, xDrive and 8-speed M-Steptronic, even more than the upgrading of engine's technical specifications, that really sharpens the high-performance character of the new BMW M5. It takes the dynamic driving experience to a far higher level than the relatively moderate increase in power alone would allow. Hardware and software with an M-specific setup. The principal hardware components of an xDrive are based on those of the BMW xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive system and the active M differential, while the M-specific driving dynamics control software ensures innovative deployment. The drivetrain has been reinforced for greater rigidity and strength to factor in the high torque, rear-biased configuration and 2WD option, while the transfer case splits a portion of the engine's drive between the front and rear wheels in a smoothly adjustable ratio depending on requirements. The active M differential is responsible for then distributing the drive between the rear wheels. This active control element is part of the M xDrive system's functionality, and its locking effect can be varied between 0 and 100%, as the situation demands. This ensures enhanced traction, agility and handling stability when the car is being driven in a very sporty manner or on roads with differing levels of grip, i.e. exactly when it is needed. Since xDrive includes M-specific dynamics control capability, stabilizing interventions from the DSC system are only required in extreme situations. And so the engine's huge power can be converted into propulsive force with virtually zero losses. The upshot of all this is that the new BMW M5 can be guided with even greater precision and directional accuracy, responds sensitively and directly to the driver's inputs, and thus requires few steering corrections when driving at the limit. A Lockhart handling dynamics, 4WD, 4WD Sport or 2WD every time the engine is started. The BMW M5 defaults to 4WD mode with DSC on. Even in this basic configuration, which initially allows a certain amount of slip at the rear wheels to produce the agility for which M models are renowned, xDrive offers tangible benefits in situations such as accelerating out of bends. The sedan completes the 0 to 100 km/h 62 miles per hour or 200 km/h 124 miles per hour sprints in the sort of times that leave its predecessor trailing in its wake and will make fans of sporty driving everywhere instantly prick up their ears. Drivers with an even greater thirst for sporty action can tap into the car's full performance potential by engaging a second configuration, M Dynamic Mode (MDM), with the M xDrive systems for WD Sport mode has been configured for ultra-sporty and dynamic handling. As a result, the new BMW M5 becomes far more agile than in the standard configuration and channels even more drive to the rear wheels. At the same time, MDM permits far greater wheel slip, allowing the enthusiastic driver to send the sedan into a controlled drift and experience the remarkable agility of the new BMW M5, a familiar trait of M models, to the full. The onset of oversteer is telegraphed in good time, while the linear increase of side slip angle makes it easily controllable, particularly as MDM aids stability at the limits of performance. With DSC deactivated, there is a choice of 3 modes for WD Sport and 2 WD. In 4 WD mode, M xDrive has a neutral setup that lends itself to optimum controllability and outstanding traction. This is of particular benefit on roads that are in mediocre or poor condition. At the same time, 4 WD mode also lets the driver explore the dynamic performance capabilities of the new BMW M5 with the DSC control system deactivated. Engaging for WD Sport mode alters the M xDrive configuration for even greater agility and sportiness. The blend of absolute precision, delightful handling and phenomenal traction it reveals is a surefire route to supreme driving pleasure. For WD Sport mode's setup has been fine-tuned with the assistance of highly experienced specialists and is geared towards track use in dry conditions. With 2 WD mode activated, the new BMW M5 offers the keen driver the experience of driving a high-performance sedan with rear-wheel drive only, delivering the pure form of driving enjoyment that captivates in its own unique way. The combination of incredibly agile handling, terrific feel and exceptional controllability can be attributed to the active M differential. The display and control concept. The driver-focused cockpit of the new BMW M5 now has an even clearer layout courtesy of the lowered instrument panel with freestanding control display. The M-style instrument cluster featuring 2 classical circular dials and red needles also accommodates an additional digital speedometer on the left-hand side, while the rev counter on the right includes a variable RPM pre-warning field and sporty shift lights when the head-up display is switched on. In the center of the instrument cluster, the driver will find the readouts for the gear selection, drivelogic shift program, M xDrive mode and M1/M2 setup, plus the drive and suspension settings currently engaged. When the head-up display is activated, key information can be projected onto the windscreen so it appears in the driver's immediate field of view. The graphics of the MView option developed for dynamic driving have been completely revised, and MView now also allows navigation information to be displayed, if desired. The projection area of the head-up display in the new BMW M5 has increased in size by around 70%. On top of the redesigned gear selector can be found the 3-position rocker switch for selecting the drivelogic shift programs. The P button below it for the parking lock is also within easy reach. In typical M fashion, the gears of the new 8-speed M Steptronic transmission can be changed using both the selector lever and the shift paddles on the steering wheel. while drivers can also opt for the automated D mode. In the manual S mode, meanwhile, the Steptronic allows multiple downshifts, resulting in a significant reduction in shift times when performing sporty driving maneuvers, such as braking hard into corners. As on the outgoing model, the M Sport's steering wheel includes two individually configurable xDrive buttons, M1, M2, that allow the driver to retrieve the previously stored setup. The buttons have been completely redesigned and are prominently located. This ensures they are even easier to reach and, in customary M style, offer excellent speed of use. As well as the M xDrive mode and the DriveLogic shift program, the engine and damper mapping, servotronic steering characteristics and readouts in the head-up display can also be memorized. The desired settings can be stored via the iDrive menu. An icon in the instrument cluster indicates to the driver when a stored M1/M2 setup is activated. A short press of the DSC button in the center console activates M dynamic mode (MDM) and a long press engages DSC off mode. When DSC off mode is activated, the M xDrive settings menu appears in the control display at the same time. Plus, it is now possible to select for WD Sport or to WD mode using either the iDrive controller or the touchscreen function. The mode activated is displayed in the instrument cluster and can also be saved as part of an xDrive setup. The BMW M5 First Edition First Come, First Served is the motto as BMW M GmbH launches the new BMW M5 with the option of a First Edition Special Edition model limited to a worldwide run of 400 examples and available from the start of sales in autumn 2017. Deliveries of the BMW M5 First Edition will begin in spring 2018 and production will continue until June 2018 at the latest. The new BMW M5 First Edition has exclusive frozen dark red metallic paintwork and also includes BMW individual high gloss shadow line trim with extended features. This means that the kidney grille, the M gills and the four tailpipes of the sports exhaust all come in high gloss black. The M5 First Edition is fitted as standard with 20-inch 7 double-spoke light alloy wheels in black. The BMW M5 First Edition also has a very individual flavoring side. The piano finish black applications are complemented by a plaque on the center console indicating the car's production number M5 First Edition 1/400 and pointing to the exclusivity of this BMW M5. The M5 First Edition comes as standard with high-quality M multifunction seats. It is also available with fully fur upholstery in smoke white with red contrast stitching. The exclusive new BMW M5 First Edition is available for a €19,500 supplement over the standard M5.